Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back! And we're continuing on with Danganronpa 2. We're at the investigation! Somebody got killed. Let's start with all the boring stuff first. Fire grenade. That wasn't a very good fire grenade. This is probably... Oh, this was fire grenades we threw, huh? Wow. Man, we smarted. Weren't very useful in the end. What is it, phone? That's probably just my phone still thinking it's connected to my computer. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. Or is it? Or is it? Ah, it's an oil lighter! This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looked like the fire did extensive damage here. If the lighter was placed here... An oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm. Is a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire. And fair enough. Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them. So, using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using an oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it? The killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. They caused the fire to destroy evidence. That's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to their crime scene, but... So who suggested that we get the... Somebody suggested that we get the fire extinguishers from the room, and I can't remember who it was. If only everyone could go home, nothing would make me happier. No, we should finish the class trial, then we think about that afterwards. Monokuma's dead! There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey! He's dead, Jim. Oh, Monokuma's saying that. Just kidding, I'm not dead! Is this one of those life-size plushies that are being produced at the factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. You're a stuffed animal too. Don't put oversized garbage there. It's so misleading. What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Tricks? Why did he do it? Making a hole and got stabbed and going through the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood. Did he try to imitate Nagito's body or something? I had nothing to do with that. Huh. I'm surprised well, I guess I'm not surprised Monokuma said that out loud. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there. You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monomi, but you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you till the very end. I'll definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma. Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma, who did this? Could the killer have done it? Is this Nagito's blood? Taste it. Maybe it tastes like Nagito's blood. Yep, definitely Nagito's blood. I never expected Nagito to die like this. I was hoping to kill him myself. He was always spouting nonsense about a hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be safe by him again. No, now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. Can we go into his room? I want to go into his room and find the book and read the book about us. Oh, let's stare at it. Oh, that's not his feet, that's his crotch. Both of his legs are tied up. Me likey. Each rope is tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to Monokuma, found the wounds on his legs were all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito but also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that? At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge towards him. Or they might have been torturing him. Torture? I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they would have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him. If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor? Well, even if it was torture, there's no doubt the killer must have held a deep grudge towards Nagito, like all of us. I could totally understand a dark impulse like that. But even if they held a grudge against him, why would they have gone that far? Truth bullet. Torture wounds been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach. There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound. Oh my, what's this? Such a strange looking spear, isn't it? A cord extension for the tip of the handle, and there's an iron weight attached to it. You use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear. Is this your first time looking at it too? Of course not. This is the spear of Gungnir. Ah, you definitely came up with that just now. Well, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from? From Mickey Mouse Castle. What? Mickey Mouse Castle? I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you, mice! Damn you all to hell! I see, even he doesn't know about what's inside the castle. More importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord, coming out of the handle, has blood on it. But for some reason, this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that I noticed that it's about the size of a human fist, and I have to say it's the size of a human fist rather than the size of somebody's hand. Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. Ah, we call it Spear Gungnir. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hands have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. That's probably the reason why the wound in his left arm doesn't look as deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound and there's blood everywhere. There's something strange. What? Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from where his left arm was sliced, but doesn't the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. It definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it's splattered. When you flip it over and look at the back of his hand, there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each finger. Why is it only on this part? It's strange, right? I win. You win. So he was holding something. Was he holding the spear? Swinging the spear around? And maybe Nagito was just playing around, playing with some light BDSM. Holding the spear, swinging it around, he accidentally stabs himself in the chest, as you do. I mean, I know I've almost killed myself once or twice while playing with light BDSM. Blood in the left hand has been added to Truth Bullet section of your handbook. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look in his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nagito from screaming for help? What a horrible look in his face. The blood splattered all over doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to look at him. Ah, excuse me. Chiaki moved past Kazuichi and myself, squatted down next to Nagito's face. She sat on his face. This wasn't as sexy as last night, she thought. She ripped the duct tape off his mouth. What are you doing? I'll put it right back once I'm done investigating here. I just want to kiss him. You ungrateful swine, you're gonna get cursed. The blood in Nagito's face, it looks like it mostly came from the slice in his left arm. If that's the case, it's no use she's not listening. Hey, about the blood splatter on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape. What's wrong with that? This duct tape has crinkles like it's sticking towards the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito is probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape. What's wrong with that? She means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got wounds all over his body. He tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. What's wrong with that? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already. Okay. I should remember it. Ah. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? This knife, it must be from the military base. Military base? I don't remember a military base. Yes, you do. You're right, it looks like a survival knife. By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by the same knife. Which means after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand. And then they finished him off with a spear! How cruel. Then does that mean the killer went through the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with a knife. Why did they use a spear at all? It's definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? A reason they had to use that spear, huh? Is that it? Oh, one more rope. Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope, but it looks like the tip of the rope burned off. Could this be a result of the fire? That's weird. If the rope burned off like this, why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he's so close to the blaze? Because it's a lie. It's a lie. I feel like Nagito had to have been cooperating with this one. I mean, Nagito said it so many times that he would happily cooperate with the killer. I feel like Nagito would maybe cooperate somehow. Or Nagito definitely is not innocent in this. Especially with the way that it was all set up and he had to lure people out to the to the fireworks. Boom boom. They always suspicious. I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me and one of my peers is the killer responsible. And I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. What else? Lighter, fire grenade, we did all those. We talked to Sonia, Kazuichi. Maybe we didn't talk to Sonia. One of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way. It's too bizarre. I can't do anything except laugh. If only everyone could go home. I did. She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling? About that sprinkler. That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire. You see a girder right next to it, right? There? That red streak. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder. Is that blood? Blood. The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? It's in a straight line. Right above Nagito's body. So, Nagito held this end of the spear with his hand right above his body, and the spear eventually came down and killed him. I like that. So Nagito is holding this end of the spear. It came down, stabby stabby, squishy squishy. That's good. Fujihiko. I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma Theater reaches 0 2 days from now, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? This rotten school trip is gonna end, right? We can finally go back home. Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen? Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends. What do you mean, something? He's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that? I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way this will end smoothly with a countdown. Anyways, like you said before, we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Yeah, I know. Don't bring up strange stuff like that. Oops, dang it. It mattered for Gundam's killing and for Mikan's, but it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter? The time! It looks like the time doesn't matter. It's clearly written on a Monokuma file. The time of the death was noon sharp. If it was at noon, what were we doing at that time? It's 12:30 p.m. I don't know. Maybe we were doing something like something bomb? Nagito died 30 minutes ago. Huh? He's totally a fresh kill! Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? You're right, those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon. Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died, the killer could have also used some kind of setup. Yeah. Whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bomb is suspicious. Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up and searched for the bombs. Yeah, it's a problem. Now then, I guess that's enough investigation behind the curtains. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone through the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. There's no reason to inflict any wounds other than the fatal one. What was the reason? Maybe they just didn't like Nagito. Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. Okay, rest of the warehouse. Hey, everyone's just following me. This is an MP3 player! There's even a speaker plugged into it. But why is this here? I think maybe the music was playing to help muffle the sounds, because there was music playing when we came in. Maybe that was helped to muffle the sounds of Nagito screaming, because he was still alive? Looks like that weird music was playing from here. You know, that music that was blaring from when the fire started? Yeah, you're right. Looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it, that music was playing from that MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? To muffle the sounds of Nagito. There are a lot of tipped over Monokuma panels. The panels near the curtain in the back are tipped over and burnt. Did the fire do that? Domino style. But why are they scattered like this? The last time I came in here, I seem to recall. It should have put neatly away. So dominoes into lighter, into burning the curtains up, into starting the fire. Huh? Look, the tipped over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is when we busted it down. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. Brushed over everyone's warnings, busted down the door. Boom, boom. Blocking the door. Oh, it's a trap. Oh, knock it down. Blah, 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 blah. Boom. Knocked it down, domino style. There's something else I've been wondering. These Monokuma panels are tipped over starting from the entrance to the back, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other in a straight line. Come on, dominoes. Compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly. Isn't this clearly strange? Strange, that means we can speculate this was done intentionally. Yeah, it's dominoes. This is how the fire started. Come on, guys. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Well, even though I did say I was gonna freaking kill him, there's no way I would have actually done it. I was just upset, you know? Well, we'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Sounds legit. Looks like Sonia's focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I need to ask her about. Now that we're pretty much finished investigating the body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey, Sonia, you got a minute? What up? I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded. Huh? Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It's not a bomb! Because she investigated all the stuff at the things. How'd you know it was fake? Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the Central Island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing during that time? It's a misunderstanding, I'm not the killer. Or are you? That's exactly what the killer would say. Jesus, shit, you son of a bitch! Oh, Sonia, never mind. Sonia? I'm terribly sorry, I was panicking! I shall calm down now and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh? I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everybody. So I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them? The bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered. I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito bought from the military base were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. Huh. How did you know they were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. What? I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door of the ancient ruins. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real. I thought I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruins. Boo boo! Hey girl. The plan was an utter failure. The bomb was not real, it was merely a fireworks display. Damn it all, God damn it all to hell. I see, so that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs in the military base were fake. I did, as well as Monomi as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb. Very secretly, I see. If those bombs were the same ones that disappeared, it meant Nagito took them. Which is why I knew it was a fake. I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. Yeah, he had a real bomb for sure there. But boom! That bomb was real, I could not stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is his reason for doing it. I have explained everything. There's no more reason for you to doubt me. I'm not the killer. Probably. Hey girl. Alright, finished looking for clues inside the warehouse, but I haven't talked to Akane yet. I guess Akane's not that important. You look worried! Yes. We're gonna die in like 2 days. At a time like this, it might be good if you brought your investigation range. You mean it's good to investigate other places? Yeah. Can we go into Nagito's room? Plushie Factory, Nezumi Castle, Nagito's room! BAM! If I'm gonna understand the reason for its actions, I need to know more about him. I'm gonna roll around and smell his bed sheets. That should help. Hey you guys, isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too? In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her. I agree, I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we had the same idea. But is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene. We don't have a choice, there just aren't enough of us. Besides, we have investigated all we can here. Guess you're right. Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So we need to search for them in other areas. Probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas, we would have to give up completely. You don't really need to say that. Then it's okay if we leave this place. Okay. There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. What are you looking for? Oh, I know where mine is. I don't know where yours is. Oh, yours should be here. Here's mine. I think yours should be in your baggie. Charger too? I think so. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. There's no time to explain. Okay. Factory. And then the break room. Oh no, Plushie Factory. Other shit. Sonia! I've never seen so many Monokumas in my life! Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you would normally run into. However, when I was staring at these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me. That bomb that went off at the lobby might have been set up here. Huh? Fair enough. If you hide the bombs inside a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. Do you not think the group that was forcing us to kill each other would devise something like that? A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism. Let us rip these apart right away so we can confirm it. Hold on, if there was a bomb inside these, wouldn't it explode if we carelessly mess with it? Either way, it's all gravy. What the hell does that mean? Stop, there's no bomb. You know, if you just pick them up, see, all you'll feel is a soft weight of cotton. You're right. Then, where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used? I wonder, if I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base. To tell you the truth, these bombs were all fakes. I know that already, you should have said so earlier. Well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just telling you now for the first time. I'm so relieved. But if the bomb wasn't from the military base or this factory, then he brought it from the Octagon! You have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea. Let's try it! Okay. Don't worry about it. I bet that it's gonna be Kazuichi who says something and we have to disprove Kazuichi with that about that little tidbit of information. Is he still watching us from somewhere? If he's not, then how did he time his message so perfectly? Looks like the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. But why did he have to use a video message? That's the one thing I don't get. So we think he's still alive at the time. That's right, besides that video, there might be data on this laptop that can be used as a clue. With that thought, I tried messing around with the laptop, but it's locked. There's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. Maybe I'm overthinking this. What an enormous machine! But it's stopped for now. Looks like there's nothing related to the incidents here. Apparently the bomb that were stuffed on his truck were actually fireworks. Which reminds me, the truck looked like it came from the military base, and Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing in particular that catches my eye. Alright, break room. Break room! Anything inside? There's nothing on the floor that looks like a clue, not even trash. Really? We don't... Like, we only go into the break room once and we just like, that's probably not important. Yeah, it's probably fine. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's go to the military base, which is like right next to us. Military base. Go, 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 go. What's up, Kazuichi? Damn it, this dangerous place is the reason all this messed up stuff is happening. Leaving guns out in the open is totally dangerous. Seriously, they gotta take better care of these. It's easy to say that, but there's no one on this island who can do that. So what do we care about here? Is that dreadful helicopter the one that executed Teru Teru? It doesn't have anything to do with the incident. Maybe we could fly the fuck out of here. No one's gonna try. If the bombs are fake, this might be fake too, but I'm not brave enough to check for myself. It's a tank. It's not like it's gonna jump at you and scale you. A huge supply of guns and other firearms are stuffed into the truck bed. Huh. Well, that truck over there has guns in it, but I also found stuff like a survival knife! It's a rubber knife. Isn't that the same type of knife that was stabbed through Nagito's right hand? Which means the killer obtained that knife here. So, the killer is someone who visited this military base at least once. Everybody. Not me, this is my first time I've been here. Can you prove it? Yeah. When I tried looking through the truck bed, it's empty. Nothing's here. When I first came here, there was something on the truck bed, which means Sonia was telling the truth. The bombs had disappeared. I searched for them, and they were nowhere to be found. But Nagito knows Did Nagito know the bombs weren't real? It's possible he thought they were the real thing. Yeah, if he thought they were real, he wouldn't have continued. Seriously, think about it. Did you really think there were enough bombs to blow up an entire island? Even if there were, a guy like me would never be able to use them. He knew the bombs were fake. He only did what he did to weed out the traitor. Is that really it? Nagito only do that to expose the traitor? Maybe there was a different motive behind his actions. Alright, and then let's go to his room. If the stream is lagging for you, try turning down the quality of the stream would be my suggestion. Just set it to low quality. Castle, castle, castle. Castle in the sky. Inside, this is where we find the missing spear. Oh look, there's a spear missing. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is hanging from the wall. This spear is definitely it, right? Just as I thought, it looks exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cord is attached to the handle, and there's a weight on the end. It looks like one of the spears in the wall is missing. There's no mistaking it, the killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of Gungnir, huh? Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that, but it's not. Monokuma didn't come up with it, it's from ancient Norse mythology. But why did the killer use a spear and a knife? Yeah, they could have just killed him with a knife. It would have been easier too. There's no way a spear like this with its unnecessary cord thing on it would be easy to use. It definitely looks hard to wield. But still, they chose this spear for a reason. What could that reason be? I feel a little tired. I'm feeling this strange feeling that I've never felt before. As if Nagito is trying to make us suffer even after he's dead. Well, now's not the time to think about stupid things like that. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. Let's go! To his room! Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. To his room. Hey, what's up, girl? Hey, what's Monokuma doing? You want to go inside Nagito's room too? Hajime! I was just listening to Chiaki's request. She wants me to unlock the door to Nagito's cottage because she really needs it for the class trial. She begged me to do it while licking my black eye. Ooh, sexy. I didn't do that. It's okay, just let me imagine it. Then do it! It's sweet because it's made out of black beans. Nice. Hey, we don't have time to mess around. Hurry up and unlock the damn door. I guess I have no choice. I just gotta do that, right? Valusu! I open the door. You can now freely investigate. This is my first time seeing that, but why does he open a door with a spell like that? Maybe the cottage key is computerized. More importantly, let's go inside now that the door is open. In the first game, the doors were supposed to be unbreak. Oh, what the hell? Nagito was living here. What was he thinking inside this room? What was he feeling as he spent his days here? I would love for Nagito's room to just have pictures of all of us on there. Just like there's a wall where it has all of our pictures and hearts drawn all over them because Nagito's fucking crazy. I can't even imagine wanting to see absolute hope and becoming despair so he could act as a stepping stone for the rest of us. No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird these past few days. What changed him? Maybe a clue to that might be hidden here as well. Now. A fancy-looking treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights is totally standing out. Could this be? Can you let me know if you find my treasure? It's a magnificent treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights. That treasure box. You know about this? It's really cute. This looks like Monomi's stolen treasure box. If that's here, that means the thief Monomi was talking about was Nagito. Why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out, it might be good to see what's inside. It looks a little dangerous. It might be, but this could be some kind of clue. A clue? A clue! If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monomi in the first place. I turned back towards the treasure box and cautiously opened the lid. There was a notebook. Usami General Purpose Notebook. This is it! Why is a notebook inside a treasure box like it's something important? Oh, but you should pull the little string hanging out on the bottom of the treasure box, revealing that embarrassing photo of Hajime at the Christmas party. Took the notebook out and began leafing through it. It contained sloppy drawings as if they were drawn by children and entries that looked like chicken scratch. Became the something everyone's tired of things happened. Sup, cool. I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Bad guy. Day 1. Oh, here we go. Day 1. I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. But what about the left side? That was day 0 then. Day 2. Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today. Everyone's so tired. Oh, it's right to left because it's Japanese and I'm an idiot. Looks like it. Did Monomi write these? Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. I kept flipping through the pages. Day 3, day 45, page after page of poorly written entries continued on in the notebook. I don't really understand, but it looks like there aren't any clues here. And right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped on day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go to the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him. What you looking for? Your games? Just pick my baggie. It's probably in there. Huh? Did something happen? Oh, it's nothing. Ah, don't look at my notebook! Oh! From out of nowhere, Monomi suddenly appeared and took the notebook out of my hands. I did ask you to look for my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. Jeez, that was close. If I had come any later, he would have seen the inside of the notebook. Unfortunately, we were a little too late. But if this notebook is here, then Nagito was a thief. Oh, I was betrayed, my beloved student. Hey, that notebook is pretty much your diary, right? Diary? I guess so? That's right, this is my important diary where all my maiden secrets are written. Hey, you're a liar. You always show up out of nowhere. Monomi is not good to lie, you know. Lie? There's no way you wrote in that notebook. After all, Monomi can't even write. I can write letters easily. I can finally write the letter B. You can't, because you have no fingers on your hands. Bullseye, I know, because I'm the same way too. Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you? So that's what it's about. You're seriously trying to crush me. What are you saying? There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister. It looks like the time to sell everything between us is getting closer every second. You still can't find them? I definitely brought them with us to PAX. So it won't be over there. If it's somewhere, it's either in my baggie or your baggie. Yeah, your little game baggie for all your 3DS games.
I'm just gonna take your backpack.
Yeah, just take my backpack. It should be in there. I don't know why you're getting so serious with this, but is what Monokuma said true? Huh? He said you didn't write in that notebook. Is that true? If so, who wrote in it? How should I put this? Excuse me, that's not how you put this. Hold on! She totally ran away again. The same pattern as usual. Looks like it's a waste of time to get answers from her. I really want to ask her about that notebook. It might be better that I didn't ask her. I think we should ask her. That's a very... So, who would have wrote in that notebook for her? Maybe it was the mysterious 16th student, Ixamukuro. There are a lot of books. In addition to books, there's a bunch of random crap. It might take a long time for us to thoroughly go through that stuff. Let's just leave it for later. You know, we're trying to figure out a murder here. Why don't we look through it now? My cottage doesn't even have a fridge. I wonder where he got it from. He probably supplied it himself. Why would we go to trouble putting a refrigerator in his room? Does he really enjoy cold drinks? I do. There's a head in there! Oh. The only thing inside was a brown bottle. Are you gonna read it? Oh, are you gonna read it? It looks like some kind of dietary supplement to me. Protein powder, maybe? Whoa! It's poison? No way! Oh! It's poison! Whoa! It's a warning label for poisoning! Be careful, don't drop it! Began reading the warning label on the back of the bottle. Poison, made for killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it's heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it's possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic bottle container away from sunlight. So, all those... So, yeah. So all the bottles that were on top, the fire extinguishing bottles, were filled with poison. We threw it at the curtain. So whoever said throw the bottles at the curtain, they are... And whoever said get the extinguishers and throw the bottles at the curtain are now the most suspicious people. It specifically said that it will stay close to the ground, so we throw the bottles at the curtain, smashes on the ground, it goes over to Nagito, knocks him out, he lets go of the spear comes down and kills him. This refrigerator must be here to keep the poison secure. But where did Nagito get something like this? Oh, it's Nagito's poison. So that makes... So then... Why would Nagito need that? Because he could just let go of the spear himself to stab himself. Apply to the bomb. There should be a reason Nagito was able to obtain such dangerous items. The octagon! The answer for everything is... Where did this come from? The octagon. Shit, where did Nagito get this? The octagon. How did Nagito get the octagon? He was probably hiding them somewhere on his body during the last class trial. He was hiding a bomb and poison during the class trial? How dangerous. What would he have done if he accidentally tripped and broke the bottle? Just thinking about it scares me. Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him at the lobby. But what about this poison? It looks like the bottle is less than half empty. I think the bottle is half full, Chiaki. Jeez. Emperor Panga with a 3-month resub that says, "Be my Valentine next year." I'll consider it, Emperor Panga, but I'll have to run it by Janice first. But thank you so much and welcome back to the Super Family. Was it like this from the beginning, or did Nagito use it? If so, where did he use it? In the bottles of fire extinguisher that we had. I wonder, is there still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet? Another trap. For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using the poison before he died. If that actually exists, it'd be real bad. It could potentially kill everyone on this island. Everyone? What the hell? I mean, she probably already used it to kill Nagito. Oh, let's smell his bed. It's the bed. May, there's something under the bed. There's pornography. Lots of pornography. Well, we should still check just in case. There's porn. But that's odd. All the pictures of the girls. He's cut our faces out and has pasted our faces on top of all these girls. Nagito, have you been masturbating to pictures of us? Oh, ultimate despair! Ultimate despair! Oh! My ultimate hope. Oh! It's a plastic bag. It looks like there's something inside. It looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves. These look like the real deal. Did he get these from the military base? He was hiding these under his bed. What did he use this stuff for? Say it with me, guys. Autoerotic asphyxiation. Once again, autoerotic asphyxiation. Gas masks and gloves have been added to the bullet section handbook. The palms of these gloves have been worn out, as if someone used them very vigorously for very, very long sessions. Let's see. I peeked under her bed and started looking around. There's a small piece of paper on the floor. Blue aluminium. Blue aluminium. That's how we're gonna say aluminum. Aluminium. A round, thin piece of aluminum, huh? It's similar to those seals that go over jars of unopened mayonnaise. I get what you're saying, but does that mean this is just a piece of trash? Just like Nagito, who was a piece of trash in the first place, or Hajime, who's not worthy of being an ultimate anything. It might be too soon to decide that. Piece of blue paper. Anything else? Anything else? Window. The basic layout is like my cottage, just nothing out the window. Our time for investigation is winding down. Let's examine everything else first. Didn't we already? That's the... oh, shower room. It looks like there aren't any clues. Alright, treasure box? Oh, no, treasure box. Yeah. If it's here, why did Nagito steal this? Who did? Doesn't matter right now. What do we need to investigate? Let's talk to Chiaki again? Our time... no, dang it. So then let's investigate the bookshelf again. The genres and types of items are all so random I can't make any sense out of them whatsoever. A shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart. Do they now? I definitely don't know much about Nagito just by looking at this. So what should we do? It's really difficult to look through all these piles. That doesn't mean we should ignore it though. I'll leave it to you then, Hajime. Wait, what? What? It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things. It might be private stuff there. Sexy. I'll leave this shelf to you. I can't wait to find his pornography. One by one, I started removing the various books and examining each one. There were still a bunch of random books. There's no way there are any clues here. Fuck yeah! Okay, here we go. It's the school's badge of Hope's Peak shit. Let's go through it. File doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's. It says I'm a useless piece of shit. Let's check it out! Should be obvious, right? And he said it was from the reserve department and had no talent whatsoever. That might be another one of his lies. Don't believe his lies. I realized something was strange. If this really has only my information, then why is it so thick? You misspelled THICC. Oh man. Oh, Hajime, your file is so thick. Oh, it's just pictures of me. It's only pictures of me. Me as a kid, me as a baby, pictures of me in my underwear. Whoa, can't show this picture. That's underage picture of me. Nagito had lied. Aside from my information, there's information about the others. Everybody. Everyone who died had pages and pages of information about them. All 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. There are pictures of my ass, my donkey. So, that means the rest of it might be a lie too. Our eyeballs are Pokeballs. Like, no reason I noticed this, but our eyeballs are Pokeballs. Guys, we're a Pokemon master. We really want to be a Pokemon master. We have Pokeball contacts on our eyeballs. I turned to the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information, such as my date of birth, my height, my weight, my preference for girls, and the size of my peep. But there's one thing that specifically caught my eye. The words reserve course student. There was no denying it. It confirmed that I truly was a reserve course student from the reserve department. Why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why am I the only person here who's from the reserve department? Why am I here with all the other ultimates? Did something happen? I just found a strange file. Ah! Isn't that the special prize that Nagito received when he cleared the final dead room? As I recall, your student profile should be in here. It's not my profile. The profiles of everyone else on this island are in here too. Nagito was lying. Do you mean everyone? Yeah, everyone. Can I take a look at that file? Peer into the file. She's gonna rip out something. You're right, my profile really is in here. There doesn't seem to be any details. Details? Details about our missing memories, information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy. It's not written in here. These profiles might have been written before we entered the academy. Then it's impossible to obtain new clues from them. Yeah, seems like it. Hold on! What happened? I just noticed it right now, but it has your bust size here. Let's confirm. There's supposed to be 16 names, but there's only one missing, right? Is it Nagito or Fat Byakuya? I'm gonna go with Fat Byakuya. Who are you talking about? Fat Byakuya! Oh, it's Fat Byakuya! No matter where I look, I don't see Fat Byakuya anywhere. What's up, Monokuma? So what if a name isn't written on that file? Perhaps, based on that, you think he might be the traitor. No, it's not just because his name isn't written in here. That's not the only reason I think he's suspicious. Because he looks like he ate another student. He participated in the killing school life at Hope's Peak Academy, right? For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island, no matter what, it's definitely suspicious. Well, it pains me to say this, but what you're saying about the missing name and about the killing school life, it's totally wrong. There's a completely different reason. A different reason? How should I put this? You guys been getting all worked up about that Byakuya for no reason. Which means a great mystery that you think surrounds that Byakuya doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation. What do you mean? You don't have to ask me that, you know the answer just by looking through these profiles, right? My eyes turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. I came across a page that was filled with question marks. Every section was filled with question marks. It could barely be considered a student profile. On that page, I was only able to confirm one thing. Ultimate impostor. Whoa! Fat Byakuya wasn't Byakuya? I would have gotten that from how he acted completely differently from Byakuya and looks like he ate Byakuya. I think this ultimate imposter is someone who just literally killed people and then wears your skin. Like a weird freak. So he killed Byakuya, then skinned Byakuya, and was wearing his skin. Because that's just how he gets off. Oh, you found it! Good job!
Why did you leave me on a wild goose chase?
Because we were looking for geese. Jan's found her Pokemon games.
I thought they were gone forever.
They weren't gone. Found them. Ta-tan! That's Byakuya's true identity! True identity? He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent prodigy, Byakuya Togami. Now, why does any of this matter? I mean, he's been dead for literally the entire game. Why does Byakuya not being Byakuya matter at all? Because I'm not sure where this matters yet. A fake! The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. No, not even his sex. No permanent address, not even his age and gender is known. Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent. What if he's just like a really old... What if he's just like an old pervert? What if Fat Byakuya is just some old, like, 30-year-old pervert who likes to hang out with high school kids, and so he just picks high school kids, dresses up as them, and tries to go on school trips with them, and he just somehow got dragged along with us. That's like his entire story. Accolades. Being found in girls' locker rooms all over the world. That person wasn't really Byakuya Togami? No, you don't say. Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in Killing School Life? His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that. He was lying to us the whole time, but he couldn't help it. What? Why couldn't he help it? Because that was his talent. It's not his fault he's really good at being disguised as other people? Having talent means you're also bound to that talent. The moment you obtain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent. I just imagine somebody just like, regardless of whether you want that life or not, I just imagine someone like, oh, god damn it. I was born with the ultimate dick-sucking ability. I didn't want to be gay. I didn't choose this life. I just can't help sucking dicks. Oh, man. I just have this talent for making people feel so good with my mouth. But I don't want to. I can't help it. I didn't choose this ultimate ability, but I have to do it. The talent that I was born with. Oh, what a curse! I must live up to my ultimate ability. In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a little bit more liberating. I'm the ultimate stripper. What the hell? Anyways, I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with. So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Byakuya is exactly the truth. Then, what was he trying to say to me at that time? I couldn't talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partially to blame. I can't help looking this sexy all the time. Based on our context, if I had to guess, maybe he was just complaining he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope Peak Academy, you should have known about the ultimate imposter already. So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss. Geez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monomi or the traitor. Who is it? Who's the traitor? Oh, it's... You almost got me. Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's on the Future Foundation. It says so. It says so right there on their name. Is there really someone like that? Well, obviously you wouldn't know. I made that file so you guys couldn't find out. You're the one who did it. The fact that there are 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. There should actually be 17 profiles. Look out for the hidden 17th student somewhere on this island. I mean, the traitor is a spy sent by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy. You made a fake profile for the traitor and included it in here? It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who the traitor is so easily, right? Well, then, we can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito too, right? Well, probably. It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't a clue. Or was it? Time's up, you know. Time's up, wait! Excuse me for a moment. Bing bong, bing bong! It's trial time. I don't remember who said it, but whoever told us to get the fire extinguishing bottles and threw the fire extinguishing bottles at the curtain, that will be the person who is a killer. Or that'll be the person who, stabbed Nagito. I think Nagito definitely, got tied up and then let go of the spear and then stabbed himself with the spear. It was the last class trial. What do you think? Should we believe him? Well, I mean, there were 5 killings in the first game. There are 5 killings in this game. This has to reflect the first game. 2 more days. And he said something about the killing school trip ending, right? Based on a time limit, this might definitely be the last one. But I can't imagine that it's the real end. Huh? I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that. His real plan? Is Monokuma still planning to make us do something that... What could it be? Maybe, after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once. But still, it's not a good idea to think about it too much, I think. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first. You're right! We're pretty screwed. I haven't collected my thoughts because we're so focused on this file. I still can't see who killed Nagito. You don't have to worry so much, huh? I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know. You're right, you're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone, as long as everyone cooperates and works together, we can get the hidden ending where all the guys end up impregnating Asahina. I want to end up... So, there's still girls. We can all end up impregnating Akane. Look, if Fuyuhiko or Kazuichi is the killer, then we get quite a good harem. We got Akane still there, Chiaki and Sonia, never mind, still there. And Nekomaru is kind of there, so really, if we kill Kazuichi, we get a full row in the middle of living people. And I think that's a good strategy to use, that Kazuichi's profile is not in the same line as all these people, and they're all still alive. So I think that's a pretty legitimate strategy to figure out who is a killer or not. Mood Maker. Easier to shift mood in your favor during a rebuttal showdown. Let's see, what else? What other skills do we get? Neural Liberation. Focus gauge decreases at a slower rate. Algorithm. Let's get Neural one because it's long. because it costs because it's expensive. Let's get it, and let's get one of the ones. Downshift reduces your aiming speed, increases your aiming speed. What? Let's go with increase. I don't know. Whatever. All right, good enough. Boom. Yeah, Mini Mario. He's kind of alive. He's like half alive. Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo. Looks like everyone's here. Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people? Stop it, you're making me depressed. You're making me depressed! So it's gonna happen again. The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends. But once we're through this, we can go back, right? That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is a last class trial. But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily. Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all of this is the one saying it, you know? That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can go home after we deal with this class trial, I'll definitely find out who the killer is no matter what, even if I have to pull out all the stops. You're not the most reliable person, I'm sorry, Kazuichi. Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? I'm the true killer. What are you saying? There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. Stop trying to jinx us. Stupid rabbit should just shut up. Tricks are for kids. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. I have finally realized after losing my powers, I've realized that curing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility might be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone who can be proud of yourself, I will fight! What's her deal? I don't really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she read a self-help book, but her eyes look so determined! What can you tell just by looking at those button eyes? Let's make sure you turn off Mini Maru. It'd be annoying if he started talking during the trial. Rude. Somehow I understand that Monomi is saying I think. Let's get going to the last class trial. You're right. We need to fight as much as we can. We gotta fight for your right to party. Roar. Do-do-do-do. Ba-da-da. Yeah, what if Mini Mechamaru helps? I entered Monokuma Rock. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Go! This elevator ride, this will be the last time for this too, right? I hope so. Let's worry about things after we're finished. More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us. Killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is gonna go smoothly. I mean, it's Nagito. If someone were to be killed, that seems to be the most legitimate, like, easiest person to kill. Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. You're right! In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who survived need to stand and fight. We must fight! The door slowly opened. This bright light greeted us. Is that the light of hope? No! The light of despair! Oh, giant iPad. Now then. Now that the chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left. Enough! Just fucking start this already. Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right? Sure is. So you gotta show me some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all. Because after this, I'm killing you all no matter what. Now then, let's get this trial started. This party started. The curtain's about to rise. Nagito, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. Especially the way he was rubbing me when I woke up. his true nature held such a demented thought process that nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. I think they are mentioning that he'd help out. I think that matters. His way of thinking was completely screwed up, but there's also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. Usually is. Thanks for pointing that out. And I have no idea at all who did it, but boo 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 boo. There's no way we can end this without knowing who we will be consumed by despair. Pew 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 pew. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito, the killer who murdered Nagito. In order to turn from this despair life, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial, building with hope and despair, the last one has begun! Save the game! I want to set my skills. Let's take all the skills I got, because I got them. Take that, and take that, and that's all of them. Finish prep. No! Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of class trial. We already know. Do you really have to explain it again? This is like the 10th time we've done this shit. Oh, my Monami, my cute little sister, you're awfully quiet. What happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon because you're a rabbit? Is the person controlling Monami somewhere else now? Is that what's happening? Chesto! Chesto? One more time! How about this one? This will be my final blow! It's useless. Please stop, I feel bad for Monami. You're right, now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started after all. Interesting. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious. That traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up. No, that might not be it. Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait, don't tell me you're the traitor. Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor. Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already? The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... Well, lighter, spiral knife, Monokuma plushie, Monokuma's account, torture wounds. Torture wounds? The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. They are trying to torture him. The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds is because the killer tortured Nagito. That's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first. That was Fuyuhiko. I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture somebody. Why'd the killer have to torture Nagito? Were the wounds on Nagito's body all really caused by torture in the first place? Torture wounds. Both Nagito's legs were tied and each rope was tied to pillars, which prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered with a lot of stab wounds. So all his stab wounds are here on his left arm and are on his thighs, which... everything except for the knife being in his right hand could be self-inflicted wounds if he used his right hand to stab himself. Just saying, because Nagito's crazy. What else do we have? Monokuma's account. Monokuma panels? What's Monokuma's account about? Bombs were fake, but he didn't reveal it. Survival knife. The knife is from the military base. It's safe to assume the wounds on the legs are caused by this knife. Duct tape. Duct tape? Over the mouth. Covered with duct tape, however, the blood was splattered onto his face, wasn't under the duct tape. Oh! Okay, we're using this to say that they didn't torture him to find out about stuff because he couldn't talk. Alright, we agree that they were torturing him, maybe. We want to disagree that they're fine. Coincidence. The reason the body was covered in wounds. Yeah! Fuck yeah! But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured by for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that. I just realized it's a trap! A trap! Stupid Hajime, you got caught in that trap. Stupid. Rude. Torture, burn rope, survival knife, duct tape, spear of Gungnir. Sure. Like you said, Nagito's mouth was taped shut. You probably assumed he couldn't talk, right? But that wasn't the trap. He wanted to find that he got interrogated. But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything? Pay attention, this is how it went down. The killer first they tortured him. They got information about the bomb's location, and after that they killed him. Torture wounds, oil lighter, Monokuma plushie. First they tortured him, and then they said first they tortured him and then they killed him, is what they said. Duel. Oh, tap it, man. Okay, blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Pay attention. It's oh shit. I don't want to use that. First they tortured him. Got information about the bomb's location. I just want him to not go. Oh wait. Okay. First they tortured him. Information about the bomb's location, and then after that they killed him. Oh shoot. Okay, first they tortured, and then they got information about the bomb's location. It's the two things I can slice up. First they tortured him, and then they got information about the bomb's location. Torture wounds. We have duct tape still. Oh, if... Okay, I think duct tape is our answer. Duct tape. Okay, come on. Alright. Tape his mouth shut. So the duct tape gives us, like, tells us that he was trying to talk, but they wouldn't let him. Nope, not that one. Second one, I guess. Got it. Okay, because the duct tape, he was trying to talk. There's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up. What did you say? Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors. We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture ever began. Why do you always sign with the Gmaid? Do you have a crush on him or something? Are you in elementary school? No, we're in high school. Come on. You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, remember? The blood on his face wasn't blood was not under the duct tape, remember? The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before the arms were even wounded. And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape. That's what I was hoping to go for. Look, I mean, look, chat. You gotta guess what they're trying to say at some point. It doesn't... A lot of times you know what you want to say, but the game doesn't give you like a clear which one is supposed to be. Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning, the tape wasn't for torture, it was used to keep his mouth shut. However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they didn't have to hurt him with such ferocity. They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito. Then, are you saying the killer is trying to make him suffer? If so, that's crazy! Did they go psycho or something? No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence. The warehouse was for destroying evidence? Yeah, they were. I can't think of any other reason. But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse. And after I opened the door, the fire started burning from the very back. Dominoes, and a thing. No. The killer isn't one of us, but that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking. Even if it's only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect. Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this, yes. Dominoes! That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. I really want to bang you. Alrighty then, let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia? Because I really want to bang you. Damn right it is. The reason for the fire. They need to clear that up first. Torch, runes, burn rope, survivor knife, duct tape, plushie, oil lighter! The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter. Yes, I agree. The killer used some kind of setup and lit the curtain on fire with the lighter. Some kind of setup. They used the oil as an improvised fuse? No. They probably threw the lighter? No. Based on the shape of that oil lighter, can stand upright with a flame asleep. So they tipped over the lighter in some way? Yeah, I agree. And it could have ignited curtain. I agree. Some way, yeah. No. It should have been tipped over with sound waves. Fucking Kazuichi, you're so dumb. Open your door! Open the door! Open the door! Ah, fucking hell, guys. Okay, we got it. Monokuma panels for opening the door! And some way, invisible thread, sound waves, opening the door! Consent! Oh, I consent to you so hard. I also agree to opening the door is what started the fire. It was wind pressure. I'm an idiot! No, not wind pressure. It's probably the panels, you dumb bitch. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to channel Hiyoko there. Hey, Blaze. Blaze. A huge number of tipped over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line, kind of like dominoes. A single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin. Does that mean anything? The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect! Blaze, you're not going outside. No! No outside for the cat. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over? In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. No, Blaze, no outside. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled over into the second one. They felt like dominoes until they reached the lighter and knocked shit over. Wouldn't it be obvious those big panels are falling over? That's probably why they turned off the lights, so we wouldn't notice them. So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect. Domino effect. What if we had a butterfly there? Would it have been a butterfly effect? There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, remember? Music? Music, 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 music. Go Soka! You're talking about the MP3 player, huh? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels. The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared through the warehouse at full volume. Hey, you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? I'm not talking about the music. It suddenly started. All of a sudden, we all got massaged on our buttocks. A fire! That's it. So this strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling. But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back at it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse. It was blocked. Yeah. Seriously, you'll be fine. With those words, he brushed off everything, opened the door. It's not opening. There's something blocking the door. I can barely open it. I knew it. It's a trap! Didn't I tell you the first time? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane opened our presents and knocked it in. Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel. And when we opened the door, the domino effect started and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter. That's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least that's how it looks. Hey, you don't know for sure. At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door. Because the panel was blocking it, right? There wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right? Is that a problem? Yeah, how'd they get out? If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse, I see. The killer couldn't have left. If the panels are so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't have been able to leave, right? Does that mean they were hiding inside? Whoo! We were all outside the warehouse, you know. Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used. You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have done this. Nagito. What do you mean? The person who set a domino effect inside the warehouse? Nagito. Oh, it's Mekamaru. I would love for... Damn it! It must have been Mekamaru who was small enough to go in through the crack and set things up exactly how it should have been. Mekamaru. It was the ghost of Fat Byakuya, because only a ghost could go through the wall and push on it. Damn it, the ghost of Fat Byakuya. I knew it was him all along. Ah. What if it was Nagito? Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know. He wasn't the victim, maybe. Huh? Not just the victim, what does that mean? He was a victim and he was a perpetrator too, maybe. Are you saying this was a suicide? What are you saying? We're some kind of like suicide squad? His body was covered in torture wounds, or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted? Does seem that way. But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think? That's not the issue, he was tied up, remember? Even if a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs. You're right. As long as you understand. It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up. That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible. Like he said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. Burned rope, burn, 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 burn rope. To actually type your own arms and legs is impossible. It's impossible. Trying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible. You couldn't do so not much with your free arm. It's possible you're doing it by yourself. How about you use your teeth? Yeah, that sounds good. Or if you use your front tail. Whoa. Is that a dirty joke? If our assumption that Nagito committed suicide is correct, Nagito should have tied himself up too. That's okay, right? To actually type your own arms and legs is impossible. Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible. You wouldn't do much with a free arm. Let's do burn rope to that one. I think he used his prehensile penis to tie himself up. Maybe it's the first one. Okay. Yes. The first. You gotta try the first one then. Bam! Counter. Wrong one. Hold on. Isn't that premise flawed? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were. No. Shouldn't have been both his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up. That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up from before then. It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it. The proof that burnt rope is his right sleeve was not burnt. Soka! Take a look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burnt at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance, so it looked like it was burned in the fire. Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right? Yeah, that should be the case. I'll let you cop a feel. Yeah! Guys, this is the 7th time Akane's offered to let us touch her breasts, and we're gonna be like, nah, I'm not into breasts. That's gross, Akane. Why would you want to let me touch your breasts? That's gross. Seriously, this is like Akane wants the D so bad. And we're just like, nah, not for me. I don't like boobs. Oh, that's how Sonia lost it. You gotta pay first. That's definitely wrong. Fine, I just gotta get a Benjamin. Okay, I'll pay. I'll do that. I was talking about Nagito. I mean...